Hey everybody, it's Ann Clay, and today we're going to talk about redoing a room, and we're going to look at Michael's room as a great example of redoing a room. A little while ago, when I was very steeped into my migraines, I got a message from our friend Michael. Now you remember Michael, he lives with his mom and he loves collecting primitives, and he only has a bedroom in his house that he decorates. And so you can imagine, as Michael is out perusing the antiques and finding great things, he's bringing them home and he's putting them in his room, and before you know it, the room is getting very crowded. Now, at the time he contacted me, he also had a couple Christmas trees up because Michael loves Christmas and he would like to leave Christmas trees up year round. But he has this problem that he has this really pretty small room. And so how could he make it look really prim? Well, I first started talking to Michael about taking some of the stuff out of his room. And he said, "What stuff do I take out of my room?" So I pointed to some furniture and I said, this could stay, this could go, this could stay, this could go. If I were you, I'd clear most of it out, 75%, keep the things that absolutely need to be there, and then work from that point. Well, as he started clearing things out, I was looking at the wall color and I realized he wanted something that felt just a little more airy and prim. He had a very pretty green on the walls, but that green was always competing with whatever bedspread he had on or quilt. It seemed that the green and the quilts were never quite matching completely, and they were competing. So I said, maybe you might want to consider painting your room a more neutral color, like a white or an off-white, just something that'll make it look bigger and give more highlights to the accessories that you have in there. And I said, well, and while you're at it, you probably would like to paint the trim. Let me look at your trim. So we looked at his trim. And I thought, yeah, that would look really good painted in some kind of a neutral color, darker than the color of the wall. So for instance, in my house, my walls are Chantilly lace white. My trim in a good part of my house is called Pashmina, both Benjamin Moore colors. And it's kind of a grayish, a beige gray color. And I love it because it's completely neutral. I can put anything in the house and it really works for me. So he said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I thought, okay, great. And then I said to him, well, you've got that tan wall-to-wall carpet on the floor. I realize this is your mother's house, so you're gonna have to ask for permission if you're gonna do this, because the rug doesn't look like it's in bad shape. But I'm wondering what's under that carpeting. And he says, oh, I know what's under that carpeting. Look, it's hardwood floors. He showed me the closet and the closet floor and said, yep, it's wood floors. So within a day and a half, Michael had painted the room, painted the trim, and ripped out the carpeting from the room. And man, was he happy. That just gave him this neutral palette to start to decorate and work with. So you're going to get to see the transformation and the process of what he did to his room. Now, I have done a lot of rooms, and what I usually do is strip them down to the core. That's what I did when I moved into this home, and that's what I've done pretty much in every home, no matter what style I've gone in. In the home that I'm currently living in, it looked very prim. And it was nice. I mean, it was beautiful. I can't complain about it one bit, but it had a lot of color. It had a lot of red. And my mind was tired. I needed something more neutral. Perhaps it's because there was so much farmhouse out at the time and I really liked the look of that neutral. I kind of think that Cousin Mel and I both go toward neutrals and away from color because our minds are so busy that we need a place to just rest. And that's home, right? So it has to rest, so we stay with more with the neutral colors. So I encourage people all the time to go neutral, but there are people that need to go color. I have one of my best friends loves blue, and she needs the color to stimulate her and get her off her sofa and get moving. Whereas I need the color to calm me down and keep me grounded. I need the non-color to calm me down and keep me grounded. So Michael chose to go with the neutral colors. He chose to go with ripping up the carpet, and now he can focus on the accents he has in his room, the furniture, the patina of the woods and everything else. So I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So take a look and see what Michael has to show us.
Well, hi Anne, and hello to the viewers. So I had a big project that I finally took on, and it was to remodel my bedroom. And I decided, well, you know what, I'm going to repaint the walls and rip up the carpet and paint the hardwood floor, because the hardwood floor was painted originally before my mom and I moved in here in 2005. And I also went a little shopping for some antique stuff, which I am going to show you the new look and some of the items that I have purchased. Alright, so we are going to start on this side of the house where my entertainment center is. And I have pulled out some things that I have purchased before and just never kept up. And I decided to bring back the flag and add in this colonial lantern, which I just have purchased recently, and decided to hang it up on my wall. And one of the new big finds that I have gotten at an antique shop locally was this pickle barrel, because I decided that with this being such a big, huge wall, that the pickle barrel would benefit filling in some of the space here. One of my other fabulous finds for my bedroom was, whenever I was shopping, I kept in mind that with the style that I wanted to do was to look for items that were more colonial and keep it between the colonial and primitive. And the crock was one of the ideas that I had in mind. I've been looking for a crock pot for a while, and I have finally found a nice big crock for in my bedroom. And this here wall actually makes for a nice accent to the room because of all of the different items.
Okay, so here's where I have to interject a little bit. Michael has the same problem that so many of us have, and it's the problem that we love change, we love to move things around, and we love to shop. And Michael, you can tell as you're looking at his interiors, all these new things keep getting added in. The problem is he only has a room to work with, and that's pretty hard to keep things clutter-free. So even though he contacted me and wanted it clutter-free, I could soon see that his bedroom was not clutter-free. However, it looked great. Just having the blank background was so much better than having the green there. It made a huge difference. And I think you guys would agree with me too. So here's another thing. Look at how great this looks. Now, unfortunately, Michael lost his grandmother and inherited a few wonderful pieces. And those pieces now made way in his room because Michael was now ready to get rid of more things, part with it, and go a little more sparse. And so that's what he's done in the following video.
I have done everything in the book that I can think of to try and make it a little bit more colonial. First, no more green, drab, nasty walls. The carpet is gone. And I ended up redoing the bed, getting new bedspread, and I'm going to have a colonial print, the Marshfield Jacquard curtain, well, the valance and the bedding to go along in with everything, but I'm about to show you what I have done. Alright, Anne, well, it is finally time. After a couple months of you wondering what I have been doing, and all of the viewers have been wondering what I have been doing, it is time for me to now show you on what I've been working on.
Well, Michael, you did such a great job. I think everybody would agree with me. And guys, leave your comments below and tell Michael what you think of his room. You can just tell that with each evolution of his room is getting better and better and better. His taste is getting more refined. He's being more specific about what he wants in there. And by the time he's done, you can see all the pieces. They hold their weight and their merit, and the room just looks really great. So thank you, Michael, for sharing your home with us. It is really great. I'm sure everyone would think so too.